Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We are chatting this morning about the Tobago Rainbow Cup 2023. And who better to chat with us this morning is Jason Gooding, my friend from, I have to say, long days ago. And Jason is the event organizer for the Rainbow Cup. And joining us all the way from the Spice Isle is Nina James, the Grenada National Triathlon Champion. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us. Jason, I understand that you're now living in Grenada.
Yes. I moved, I'm almost there 2 years now.
Wow.
And I moved when everything was, COVID, where nothing was really happening. And then I'm talking to all my friends over there, and the beaches were open, schools were open.
So that's what drew you?
Yeah, I was just the uncertainty of being over here and not knowing when schools are going to open, not knowing when events were going to begin again, not knowing, just not even being able to go to the beach.
And I know that's where your heart
is. My lifestyle. Yes. Yeah. So we just decided once my wife and my family decided once things were open, we were going to try it out, and it's not bad. Very similar to Tobago with nicer roads. No, Tobago has nicer roads. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
Nina and I were just commenting on that this morning. We're like,
well, we'll take that. We'll certainly take that. Now, let me ask you here, for those persons who are joining us for the very first time or seeing this interview with you for the first time, what information can you give us on the triathlon? Some of us are familiar with the Rainbow Cup Triathlon because you've been with us here in Tobago for a few years.
Only 17. Only 17.
Like we said, only 17. That's right. So tell us, what can you tell us in terms of what information? What is it all about?
Well, I just want to start with some history. I remember coming here for the first few times, and people couldn't even pronounce the word triathlon.
Yes.
Weren't aware of what a triathlon is, that it involves swimming, cycling, running, in that order most times. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see now that people in Black Rock community, where the event is happening down at Turtle Beach this Saturday, that they're more open to it. People are aware, they see the signs, they see
and they're excited.
Yeah, they get excited. We're very grateful that the holes and all that stuff got patched Wednesday. And we see, CPEP doing a really good job of cleaning up the area. So it is actually starting to take shape. A lot of the athletes came in yesterday for the event. So it's quite busy. So if you are driving through Pleasant Prospect, Black Rock, Turtle Beach area, we'd ask you to take a little bit of caution, have a little patience for the cyclists. We have a lot of newcomers to the event and to the sport. So we're just asking people that they drive with a little bit of caution. So the event is basically swim, cycle, run. Right. Our first event is standard distance triathlon. It used to be called the Olympic distance triathlon, but then the Olympics decided we should not use their branding. So it's now called a standard distance triathlon. And that involves a 1.5 kilometer swim, 40 kilometer cycle, and a 10 kilometer run. Usually when we have a lot of internationals doing the event, they would do that event. And that is also the event and the distances that they will use in the Olympic Games. Right after that, we have the sprint triathlon, which is half of the Olympic distance, or the standard distance. Mm-hmm. This is what Nina will be participating in. And this is a 750 meter swim, 20 kilometer cycle, and a 5 kilometer run. For a lot of the new people coming into the sport, and we have a big junior category. I mean, this year we have about 80 youngsters in the juniors, between 7 to 9, 10 to 12, and 13 to 15. They'll be doing a shorter distance, which is half of the sprint triathlon, and that's 375 meters swim, a 10 kilometer bike, and a 2.5 kilometer run. Everything happens between Pleasant Prospect and Starfish Hotel. So we're gonna have from Saturday, we're gonna have that road closed off, totally blocked off by the police. Something we've been doing for the last 8 years, and thankfully, because the event has grown so much in the past few years, that it's hard to have cars and bikes and runners and all that stuff. We were ending up with a lot of accidents. And I went 1 year to the ACP and I said, listen, if something tragic happens on this is going to be the last time I put this event on in Tobago. People aren't coming here to risk their lives to do an event. So we're very grateful to have the roads closed off, and the police do a fantastic job of keeping it closed. And as well as the Black Rock community, like I said, very supportive, understanding that this event brings revenue to Tobago, brings revenue to Black Rock, brings revenue to anybody that is willing to or has the foresight to see how they can benefit from having this many athletes come to the island. And the downstream economy from having an event like this, or any event, is tremendous if you look and see how you can benefit from it.
All right, now I want to chat a little bit here with Nina. Nina, it's good to have you in Tobago. Welcome to Tobago. Is this your first visit?
No, this is my second visit.
Your second visit.
Yes.
How would you compare? Because I heard Jason mention it. He said that you guys were talking before you came on set about how much better our roads are than in Grenada. Grenada, I'm sorry, my roots are there, my heart is there. But how would you compare? How would you compare the cycling here as compared with the cycling there? The landscape itself.
I mean, the roads are definitely a lot wider here than they are in Grenada. I think Grenada have a lot of narrow roads, that are like shorter. They're just kind of difficult, especially because there's so many cars. And so I think here, seeing the roads, it's like, wow, luxury. But some parts of Grenada have nice roads. But yeah, no, the roads here are nice.
All right. And how did you get involved in triathlon?
I started in 2019. When COVID was just first starting, and I did like some camp in Grenada for a triathlon program, and I really enjoyed it. I was first as national swimmer of Grenada, and then I moved to triathlon, and I've been doing it since. I don't know, I just love it.
What attracted you? What captivated you?
I could swim really good, and I was interested in running, and then my coach, Mandy, at the time, she was a triathlete. She was an Ironwoman, and she told me that I should definitely try for triathlon. So I did my first triathlon in Grenada in 2019, and I loved it.
So swimming, you'd say, is your strongest?
Yes,
okay,
for sure.
All right, Jason, let's see if Nina can compete with some of the athletes here. Now, the Rainbow Cup has grown, as we indicated. So you've gone beyond Trinidad and Tobago, beyond the Caribbean walls, and you are now international. What can we expect this year? Any newcomers, any newbies?
I didn't really push it very international this year. I pushed it more Trinidad, Tobago, regionally. Just because it's the first real year being back, like, proper recovery after COVID. Last year, even though we had the event, it was just kind of like, let's just run everything very basic, just to have an event and let people know that the event is back. And so this year we really, I mean, when I do marketing, there's a few extras, WhatsApp broadcasts and all that stuff, but we have such a following in Trinidad and even Tobago. With teams coming up now, there's another local organizer in Tobago, NWBC Hall. He's been putting on the above average.
Yes.
So really good. And I mean, it's a matter of time before we start seeing triathlon teams coming out of Tobago. And this is what is happening in Trinidad. We have a school series that's happening. A lot of schools follow the series. In a primary school, we will have over 150 athletes doing the primary school series races. We have just over 100 in the secondary schools. So we have that following. Then these when they're outside of school, they need to have triathlon clubs to come and train with. So it's growing. And like I said, we have a big following from Trinidad and Tobago coming over for the event this year. So that's where our tourism is mostly, and just the region. But next year we plan to push it like fully international and start getting the Canadians coming back, the Germans, the Europeans coming back for the event.
All right, now, director's saying that we're out of time, but I know very quickly we've got to mention some of those sponsors really quickly.
Yes, so we definitely like to thank our sponsors. This year, M&M Insurance Brokerage Services, Tobago Beyond, which is Tobago Tourism Agency, Massey, Subway, All Night Active. We have Blue Waters with our water, Universal Ambulance, AT Performance Lab, Classic Awards, who's doing our classics, our trophies, B-Mobile, Subway, I mentioned that before. This is national championship, so the Trinidad and Tobago Triathlon Federation, we have to support them and thank them. Odyssey Timing for doing our electronic race results. And of course, it's hosted by the Rainbow Warriors Triathlon Club. You can get all the information and more information about the event by going to the website, rainbowcuptobago.com, or following us on Instagram, Rainbow Warriors Triathlon Club. I think it's RWTCTT. So just search your Rainbow Cup, you get all the information about the event. We'd love to see you come down to the event on Saturday. We have many different events for different ages, abilities. Come down. The roads are going to be closed, so they have some detour routes. So check our website for the detour routes. But if not, just get to Pleasant Prospect and walk down, or Black Rock, or the back of
Get your way there.
Come down and check it out. It's going to be fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Jason Gooding and Nina, all the way from Grenada, the Isle of Spice. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes,
It sure
very.
is. It sure is. Well, viewers, we want to thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend. Yes, it's the start of the weekend. Yes, from yesterday and Wednesday. So we trust that you continue enjoying all that Tobago has to offer. And have a great day, great weekend. Stay safe, and we will see you on Monday. We're going to head on over to Tobago Notes and then over to GMT. Bye-bye, everybody.